installment of the Saints Row franchise is a game that is going to make some people very happy and others completely unhappy. It is a game that will polarize players into either love or hate with very little room for a middle ground. And that's because it has gone further over the top than any other Saints Row game before it. The player takes on the role of the leader of the Saints, who has now risen to the office of the President of the USA. But the idyllic life as Commander-in-Chief is cut short when aliens invade. This leaves the player in a situation so extreme that it is utterly ridiculous. But it also grants the player with huge amounts of freedom. It is this freedom that will thrill some and anger others. Why, for example, should a player that has the ability to sprint faster than a car make use of a car? The question really should be, why not? Saints Row 4 isn't about structure and pedantic progression through the usual hoops that games expect us to jump through. It is about freedom, complete license to do whatever you like. That makes it a lot of fun, but the lack of structure seems to imply that the game has no point. And that is where it falls down for some, while the idea elevates it for others. The graphics don't seem to have progressed very far from the previous game. In fact, much of the player's time will be spent in a simulated version of the same steel port they explored in Saints Row the Third. That isn't necessarily a bad thing. The looks are good and pretty appropriate to the feel of the game. In addition, the player has access to the same massive character creation system and all the crazy outfits that they have come to expect from the series. The sound effects and voice acting are pretty good too, with a special appearance made by Nolan North. In fact, one of the choices for voice during character creation is Nolan North. The presentation isn't revolutionary, but it works for this title. The amount of freedom given the player means that the game has lots of different control ideas. These are generally well put together, and for the most part, Saints Row 4 runs without too many problems. Rather, issues arise from the ideas that form the game instead of in the way that the game itself works. Using things like superpowers makes the challenge of the game all but disappear. But, once again, it's not really about that. How you feel about this game is entirely up to you. You may love the freedom it provides, or hate the apparent whimsical, even nonsensical nature of the whole package. One thing is for sure, it offers a lot to do. You'll be playing it for quite some time if it is something that you're going to enjoy. If not, you'll probably stop playing before an hour has passed. It's just that kind of game. There are some multiplayer aspects to the game too, which adds even more longevity for those that will want to play it.
It's my favorite part.
Saints Row 4 certainly isn't for everyone. It's crass, crude and violent. But even more difficult to swallow is the fact that it seems to be completely unstructured and pointless. That's actually part of the game's charm. It allows the player to do whatever they want, however they want to do it. It's a great idea to introduce such a high degree of freedom in a game, but it won't work for everyone. The over-the-top nature also means that this will likely be the last game in the Saints Row franchise.